Texas senators vote to ban services that let people buy lottery tickets on an app, but the debate raises larger questions.
A criminal organization actually operating within our state government.
We look at the abrupt policy change at the lottery and why supporters of online ticket sales are now looking to the Texas House. Republicans in the Texas legislature questioning the value of solar and wind energy powering our grid.
We're number one in wind, number one in solar. I'm not sure that's something to brag about.
Our special report looks at the energy crossroads as Washington politics spills into our state's future. A new statewide bill could mean more medical examiners sooner in Texas. How our investigation into a young girl's mysterious death plays into that legislation, and the update to that 60-year-old case following our report.
Produced from the Capitol in Austin and airing statewide, this is the award-winning State of Texas.
Hello, and thank you for joining us. I'm Josh Hinkle. On Thursday, the Texas Senate voted unanimously to shut down lottery couriers. Those are businesses that sell Texas lottery tickets online or through an app. The vote comes after heated hearings where senators accused couriers of enabling money laundering. They cited concerns about a $95 million jackpot where an entity bought almost every number combination. The bill now heads to the House. But the big headlines in this story came days before the vote. Accusations on the Senate floor raising questions about potential criminal acts tied to the lottery. Adam Schwager digs into the debate.
A week and a half after saying,
"We don't have the authority over the courier entity,"
the Texas Lottery Commission did a 180, announcing they're banning couriers. Hours later, Governor Greg Abbott broke his silence, directing the Texas Rangers to investigate two large jackpots where couriers were involved.
Instead of a ban, we just ask that you regulate us to ensure appropriate consumer protections.
Monday afternoon, the Coalition of Texas Lottery Couriers, consisting of 3 lottery mobile apps regulated and licensed in other states, pled their case to a hostile Senate State Affairs Committee.
You can show me how you can force somebody to be reliable, that you can write into law integrity and ethics. I am all ears.
Whatever compelling case they had was likely undercut by Lottery.com Chief Operating Officer Greg Potts. While admitting his company played a role in a controversial $95 million Lotto Texas jackpot, where a foreign entity spent about $25 million to secure nearly all the possible number combinations, he accused the Texas Lottery Commission of giving them the go-ahead.
We were very surprised that the answer was yes. But we fully expected that they would laugh at us and say, well, no, of course you can't do this.
Potts also alleged the Lottery Commission knew they were working out of a non-retail location only housing lottery terminals, a clear violation of Texas law. In the end, fingers were pointed at one man.
To your knowledge, who was the person at the Lottery Commission that approved it?
I believe the ask was made to the executive director.
Who was by name?
Gary Grief.
Monday's testimony prompted Attorney General Ken Paxton to also join in on the investigation, an investigation senators are patiently waiting on.
These couriers were actually being used to launder money. Were they not?
Because if the source of the scandal is where they suspect it's from,
A criminal organization actually operating within our state government.
senators think banning couriers might not be harsh enough.
I strongly believe that the only legislative change that would have a meaningful impact and eliminate the organized crime syndicate embedded in the Texas government is legislation that completely and permanently abolishes the Lottery Commission.
For State of Texas, I'm Adam Schwager.
After the Senate vote, lottery couriers are looking to the Texas House for support. They're backing a bill filed by Cedar Park Democrat John Busey. He says banning couriers is government overreach, and he's pushing for regulation instead. Busey's bill would create a courier license with strict standards.
Let's have standards, let's have them register with the Lottery Service, and let's make sure that they're all playing by the same rules and that there's some oversight. But throwing it out just makes no rational sense to the philosophy of Texas.
Busey cited personal liberty as well as the lottery's contribution to public education as reasons to regulate rather than ban couriers. The Texas Senate unanimously voted to raise pay for teachers statewide. The bill, which still needs to pass the House, would improve teacher pay to an all-time high. According to Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick, the average teacher with 5 or more years experience would make $69,000 a year compared to $54,000 in 2019.
This allotment would be for teacher salaries, delivering historic pay raises that recognize both commitment and longevity in the classroom.
The bill includes funding to close a pay gap for teachers in rural and smaller districts. In addition, the bill increases the teacher incentive allotment program, giving raises for outstanding teachers. Texas is at an energy crossroads as Washington politics could slow down renewable growth. At a time some experts say those sources are needed more than ever to keep our grid powered. Our investigation is coming up. First, our research leads to a change in a 60-year-old case, the mysterious strangulation death of a young girl in Marble Falls. Why lawmakers will soon consider new legislation following our reporting that could mean more medical examiners across Texas.